Greetings and welcome back to Doctor Who Reviewed, where I review Shooty Got Was First season, and this episode is named Rogue. Okay, so I love this episode. There's a lot of things to love about this episode, and you want to know something else? I don't think I can name too big a flaw in this episode. This episode just fired on all cylinders for me. I said last week that the previous episode, Dot and Bubble, was my favorite of the season so far. This is a strong contender to overtake it. So yeah, it's a familiar Doctor Who-like scenario. You know, you got the insert time and place on old Earth here type place. It just happens to be an old English party, a ball gown in the 1800s, and the Doctor and Ruby are just going there to have a party. And can anyone just stop for a minute to acknowledge the fact that we basically get a different outfit from this Doctor in every episode, and no one really seems to notice? Like, even his hair changes in episode. I don't even know if it was a wig. Well, obviously it was a wig because that's not what he got was hair. But I don't know if this and the afro from Devil's Court, is it supposed to be a wig that the Doctor just put on? Or, this Doctor just can naturally change his hair depending on the episode and just roll with it. So, yeah, that was, it's a pretty big part of this Doctor's wardrobe, apparently. But yeah, so, like I said, familiar setting, not something we haven't seen before in Doctor Who yet, and obviously something goes wrong, something goes awry, and that is of course where we are introduced to this new character, Rogue, who this whole episode is named after. Okay, now thinking about it, I said I can't find it too big of a flaw. Minor flaw. Could have named the whole episode something else. That doesn't necessarily reflect the episode. It's mainly because they're trying to introduce this new character, Rogue, kind of the same thing that Russell T Davies already did with Rose. But I mean, like I said, could have named the episode something else. But either way, I mean, we can't just not talk about this. This is a brilliant new character. I love the character Rogue. Kind of wish, we knew his real name so we can actually name him something other than Rogue. It just doesn't feel right to just call him that. But I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what they were going for. Obviously, this episode is not written by Stephen Moffat or Russell T Davies. I believe two female writers. I apologize, I don't remember the name. But yeah, so far it's the only episode this season not written by either Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat to some capacity. So that's interesting. And you know what? It's basically Captain Jack 2.0. I mean, from Out of Time, I mean, the whole setting just speaks for itself. It's a familiar time in Earth's past. Someone doesn't belong, happens to be American. Don't know if anyone else caught that. But yeah, the Doctor's immediately taken aback by him, and happens to be a time traveling bounty. Well, actually, we don't even know if he's a time traveler. But I mean, he's a space bounty hunter from a different planet. Just something in that setting that doesn't belong there, and very trigger happy. And of course, I don't know what it is. We watched it. It's like rewatching Captain Jack for the first time, all over again, and I loved it. I really bought into it. It wasn't quite obvious from the start that this is where they were going for with this character, but I mean, as soon as they had that scene on his ship with the Doctor dancing to Kylie Minogue, who happens to be another companion, by the way, just saying. But when they had that dancing scene, the bonding scene, I would say, and then the Doctor just shows him his TARDIS, that's when okay, I see where you're going with this. I see where this is going. He's going to be a new companion now. And you really do see he's kind of like a love interest for the Doctor, and I like it. Obviously, kind of puts the whole River Song conversation into questioning. I don't think we're ever going to see River Song on the show again. But who knows? Maybe we'll. It's a jury's still out on that, as far as I'm concerned. But I think they kind of put the nail in the coffin as far as that character goes on the TV side of things. That is, but yeah. So a brand new love interest for the Doctor. Like you can already tell halfway through this episode, something's gonna happen with him, but they're not gonna kill him because he's too good of a character to kill off. I mean, that's at least the vibe I was getting from this guy. They're planning something big with this character. They're planning to use him and reuse him in several episodes going forward. It's going to become a pretty major part of the Shooty Gatwa's era. I can't believe we're already speaking about it in this terms, but he's not going to be still traveling with the Doctor by the end. You can kind of tell they were setting up for something pretty special with this character, and so they did. And of course, when he disappears into that Triforce field uh, void or whatever it is, he says to the Doctor, "Find me." And in that moment, oh yeah, he's coming back. He's definitely coming back. The Doctor sent the ship into orbit, waiting. Maybe he's gonna come back for the Christmas special. I think they're gonna just let it simmer down and see how this character is received by the fandom, and just wait a few episodes, a few seasons maybe, to bring this character back. But I am definitely very excited to see this character come back. I just think he and Shuri Gatwa have such amazing chemistry right off the bat, right from that scene on the balcony. And yeah, I think they're really gonna save this character, and this character is gonna be really something pretty special and unique for this Doctor. And already, like, we're about getting ready to wrap up the first season, and already we've got this amazing character who everyone, well, at least I am. I haven't seen reactions to this character just yet, but I personally am really, really looking forward to seeing him come back in another episode. Now, let's talk a little bit about the villains. It's kind of whatever. The plot, the villain's plot, is kind of whatever. I mean, shapeshifters, electricity. Okay, I already had Zygons in my head, but when there was that brief shot of the housekeeper character taking the form of the Duchess, and that one brief shot of her with a bird face, I was like, okay, that rules out Zygons. But let's let Zygons be Zygons. Of course, I had to make that joke. But so the whole deal is they basically cosplay as people. They take the forms of people they feel are interesting, and they just play out scenarios. Okay, I'm not an expert, but to me that kind of sounds a little bit more like LARPing than cosplay. But again, like I said, I'm not an expert. So if there is an expert watching, let me know in the comments if it falls more in line with LARP, live action roleplay, than cosplaying. Because, like I said, I don't know too much about that. But that being said, I think the whole concept of that is stupid, but I like it. I want to know more about these aliens. Chaldra, I believe they called them in the episode. I'm sorry. It's a very hard name to pronounce for the first time around. So let's just call them the aliens for the time being. So I'd like to know more about them. I like to see them pop up in other Doctor Who material. They look great. I mean, the makeup work. I mean, it's kind of goofy, but it's Doctor Who goofy. And as makeup works go, they look pretty alright. I really like the way that they look. I thought they really did capture the bird-like aspect of it, and I love that each and every one of them look different. I like that in my Doctor Who aliens where not all of them look the same. Now, obviously, a lot of the times, a lot of Doctor Who aliens do look exactly identical for budgetary reasons. But I mean, that's what I've been saying this whole time. They've got the Disney budget now. They can afford to make each alien look different, and so they did. And I really like that. But yeah, as far as their plan goes, it's a whatever. The makeup work I thought was really good, and the switcheroo by the end with Ruby. The whole she was just pretending to be one of these guys. Obviously, I knew that she wasn't really gone. They're not gonna kill her off that way. I knew that there was gonna be some big reveal, but for a moment there, I legitimately thought that that she was one of them. That the Ruby pretending was the one of the real cosplayer uh, people, alien things, Chaldra, whatever they're called. I really believe that she played it so well, and they also the sound effect of the head turning really did help sell the impression that they really did kill her. I thought they were gonna do something, with the whole the mysterious snow that falls, and we don't really know who or what Ruby really is. That was gonna come into it, but no, she was actually just really good at pretending, and I think that's really important in a character. And I love the setting the earrings on battle mode. How it really came to play. They say that pretty early in the episode, and of course, that's going to be a plot point they're going to reuse at some point during the episode. And I just love the way that they utilized that plot point in the episode. Now, as for the music choices in the episode, I don't know if I'm the only one who got that, but they basically just took a popular pop songs and then just violined it. They kind of gave it the 1800 product of its time period piece treatment. I definitely recognized some of the songs, like for example, the one that immediately jumps to mind is when Ruby turns the earrings on battle mode and she battles that one bird girl creature thing. It's basically Poker Face, just done with that style of music. So I really like that. Not a lot of other songs come to mind, but I definitely recognize a few. But yeah, full props to Murray Gold and the music department. I think they did an outstanding job with that aspect of the episode, as well as the actual songs that would fit in that particular time period. So yeah, it's a really fun episode. I really did enjoy it, and that's all I can say about it. So yeah, can't wait to see Rogue again. Hopefully, we can learn his real name. Hopefully, it's not gonna be a Captain Jack Harkness situation where basically everyone just calls him Captain Jack Harkness, even though everyone kind of knows that's not his real name. That's the name of a soldier that he stole his name of. And thankfully, hopefully, you won't have to wait for a big finish, just like we did with Captain Jack Harkness, just to realize that his name is actually Javik Piotr Thane. Yeah, sorry, but anywho, that is it for my thoughts on the episode. Let me know what you think about it. Next episode I believe it's the finale or pre-finale. I can't remember. I gotta look at the numbers, but can't wait for next episode because they revealed in the next time trailer that, of course, Russell T has actually been setting something up this whole time. And like the fool that I am, I did not notice. It was so in the background, I didn't even pick it up. I think that's the difference between Russell T and Stephen Moffat. They both set things up in kind of almost every episode leading up to the finale or something big. But I mean, with Moffat, it was more in your face. Like, stop the episode, look at this strange woman that just pops out of nowhere with an eye patch. Okay, play of the episode. With Russell, it's more hidden, like Bad Wolf, Torchwood, Harold Saxon, that sort of a thing. Missing planets and all that. So yeah, can't wait to see what that mystery is, but that is of course a story for another time. So see you next week with probably the finale. If not, then the penultimate episode. So yeah, thank you for watching, and let's go Rogue. Goodbye. Hi there! Thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. I'll see you next time!